It's nah. It's just talking. And we're just here, man. We are just here. And what a glorious February 10th it is. Is it? Is it really? No. But it's pretty good, isn't it? Nothing. I mean, well, I don't watch the news, so before I say nothing bad happened, let me Google, did anything bad? Nah, honestly, you can just probably go on the Twitter trending page and at least what was bad to society within the hour is really what people care about. Impeachment trial. Them niggas are still having an impeachment trial? House managers are revealing new footage of January 6th Capitol riot. Alright, just cause just found out about it too, let's take a listen together. Actually, first, I gotta apologize, man. I feel like it was just, I don't know if it was just the last one or the one right before. I was bragging about my consistency, man. Like, or maybe it was just in my Insta stories. Follow me on Just Talkin, just_talking. Same way as the podcast is spelled on Instagram. But anyways, I feel like I was just bragging about how consistent I was like uploading. And then I fall back in here where it's fucking Wednesday, the 10th of February, 2021. It can only get better, right? Because 2020, shit year for some people. For other people, can't even get mad, man. People got their money up, bro. Internet people got their money up, bro. Because that was all you could do. Like, you know those like shows or movies, like Black Mirror type shit, like all those stuff where it's like, oh, if we lean too much into technology, this is what's gonna happen. We do this into like, this is literally the embodiment, like, or at least part of a year where we're actually seeing it. And when it gets down to it, obviously people weren't actually obeying stay-at-home orders as much, but yeah, at least they try to stay around their neighborhood. Like the order of bikes went through the roof. They were sold out everywhere, man. Not just bikes, workout gear, man. Everybody was all like, fuck it, I'ma finally do it. I'ma get a home gym and I'ma buy a bench. The price of the weights went skyrocketing. Man, started hitting record peaks of $3 per pound. Not even for the good ones. Shit, even I was a part of it. I started running more during the pandemic, man. The funny thing is like, now it feels like people care less. Like, it just feels like it to me. Like, in a sense, people care less about it, even though there's more of it. And maybe it's because, like, between, let's say it started at March to motherfucking, let's just go up to January. Like, between March and January, like, actually, let's cut it up a bit more. March to July, like, literally to July 1st, there really ain't shit. Like, is it Veterans Day? Yeah, it is Veterans Day. It's in, like, May. That's the day where all the pools open up. There was no pools opening up. Obviously, still people had their barbecues and everything, just like July. People still did their fireworks and barbecues, but like, they were just like one event, and then a few months or a month or two, there's really nothing. And the same thing for July, August. There's not really anything in August. September, Labor Day, I guess. Like, that's when the pools are shutting down, like last day. But again, pools didn't open up at all. So just barbecues and shit. A little bit of those, I guess. Let me see. After that, did anything really substance happened in October? No. Which is why we didn't really see those ups, bruh. But you could see, like, the only time, it's weird. We saw the ups in, like, times where, like, one of the worst times we saw an up, and I thought it was dumb. Because I feel like if we avoided this up, everything else would have gotten a lot better. Because then it would just been less in general. But in August, when there was a freaking peak up in August, I was like, all right, now niggas are just being stupid, bruh. Everything was going pretty well, bruh. Because, like, for the most part, I don't think there was too many people alive. Like, obviously, you saw the videos circulating Instagram and all those. But, like, maybe it was just me. Maybe it's just where I am. Obviously, I saw fireworks, but I didn't feel like it sounded like more than usual. But I just felt like people bought more. You know, unemployment checks were still rolling in at that time. Niggas were living. Plus, there weren't shit else to do. Pandemic, let them hit the fireworks even louder. I didn't really care. I think the only implications at the time was the racial ones. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. What I'm here to talk about now is this impeachment trial. House managers are revealing new footage of January. Do you guys like the voice changer? I hope you do, because I'm gonna use it now for the voices, man. I don't think
it's really gonna
change much, but I'll do it for this. Impeachment trial. House managers are revealing new footage on January 6th Capitol riot. Take it away, Jimmy.
Oh well, the Senate trial of former President Donald Trump is underway. With House impeachment, managers are allowed in 16 hours over 2 days at their arguments. Democratic managers are expected to unveil new footage of this deadly January 6th insurgent at the U.S. Capitol as part of their case against Trump. Back to you, chat.
Alright, so thank you, Jimmy, anyway. But as you guys heard, it seems they're going to keep doing the impeachment. Now let's go back to Nan, what he thinks. Alright, so I can't believe I actually did that. That shit's stupid, but it's standing. But I just think it's dumb. Like, let's be honest. I was saying this like earlier too when they were talking about it. I didn't know these niggas were still doing it. It's February. Like, can you impeach somebody that's not president anymore? Or just as a waste of time and resources, bro? Because, like, if there's anything I want them to be focused on, is this nigga Joe Biden giving me that fucking, the Stimmy! Giving me this freaking Stimmy, bro. Like, let's look up what they're talking about for the stimulus, bro. Because I stand up. The moment he got an offense, he was all like, when will you be getting your $1,400? And I was like, has anyone gotten there? They're like, because they get the second one, and I say second one, but that shit's stupid. Second one was only $600, and I don't think everybody who did theirs got it yet, which is in and of itself a whole issue. But Joe Biden, let me see when this article was written. It was written today, 12 p.m. All right. CBS News, if that matters to you. Because, you know, media is all kind of rigged. You know? Yeah, you don't really know what they're reporting on nowadays. Or, like, whose opinion they're reporting on. Like me, you know who's talking. You know this one not things. All right? You know, there's just some random nigga just sitting in a room yelling at a microphone, bro, saying whatever the fuck. But these guys, this is a collection of certain interests with money put in. There's no money put in this. Not yet. Or ever, possibly. But no money put in this. There's just a nigga talking to a microphone. Possibly to nobody. Who the fuck's listening to me? But what the hell? Anyways, according to CBS News, let's let Chet and Jimmy report on this again. All right. Thanks. President Joe Biden, 1.9 trillion coronavirus relief plan would provide a third round of federal stimulus checks to millions of Americans. Yet, while lawmakers on both sides of the aisle have expressed support for the proposal, there is at less agreement on who should be eligible for the $1,400 direct payments. Keep in mind, a lot of college students who are dependents do not actually get stimulus checks. So they were cutting down the amount of available people again. Or they're not increasing, which we heard that they might. But let's go to Jimmy for more.
Thank you, Chet. Well, Congressional Democrats are moving forward with passing Mr. Biden's relief plan through a process called budget reconciliation, which would allow the Senate to approve the effort without any Republican support. As the process moves forward, House and Senate committees will discuss spending priorities before drafting and voting on the legislation. It's expected to occur later in the week of February 8th, according to the economist of Golden Sachs.
Golden Sachs, the golden man of my sacks. Back to you, and thank you, Jimmy. Alright, thanks, Jimmy. Thanks, chat. So basically, these guys aren't really agreeing on much. They're just talking. I'm just talking. These niggas aren't any better than me. They just sit there, talk about a whole bunch of shit amongst themselves, and don't really get shit done. Except, I guess, making news about impeachment. Darn a panoramic! Isn't there other things that we should be focused on, guys? No, there isn't. Which is why I come here to tell you a story. Now, I'm just telling this because it seems like usually, according to the stats, anyways, that every time I tell a story, people care more. I don't know why. But all my story podcasts tend to do the best. So let's get to that. But first, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a reason why this is late. And this is the only reason why I'm even doing this story, to be honest with you. Doing a story because this is a late podcast. And this podcast is late because I fucked up. I still tried to start taking this semester a lot more serious than last semester. Which is ironic because I'm also uploading podcast episodes more frequently than last semester. So it's not like the podcast is taking up too much of my time. But the thing is that I'm like focusing more time on studying. So because of that, the day I was supposed to record, I was tired. So I decided to take a little bit of a nap. And then when I came to, it was 5 a.m. The worst part about it is that I had a surprise for the next podcast, for this episode, and I let you guys, the viewers, down. So I gotta give the people what they want. So according to the stats, you guys want a story, all right? Here's a little story, man. Let's go back to junior year, man. Junior year of high school. Alright, so my high school was a high school that had a program called the International Baccalaureate. Alright? That means everybody around the world we were doing a similar curriculum with people around the world doing this program, basically. Alright, it was international. Alright, not like that AP. Man, what does AP even stand for, man? Do you guys even know? Just advanced placement. Advanced placement. Nah, bro. We were international. Not on a global scale. Not our high school, just a program. That shit was ass. But so for that program, we had foreign exchange students come from England, from Britain. I don't know which part. I wasn't really one of those people that cared. I was in the program all the way through it, all 4 years of high school. Out of bullshit, but I did it. Basically, junior year, these people were able to house these. Is Britain an island? It's kind of like an island. It's a peninsula. Basically house these peninsula dwellers. I'm stupid, bruh. Fucking Britain's an island. This is post-edit. Yeah, they're island dwellers. That's what I meant. Island dwellers. Alright, back to the regularly scheduled podcast. But, there was the exchange students. They came, and I was in Spanish class. It was me and my homie. And I knew there was going to be this exchange students coming just because one of our friends that were in that Spanish class with us was housing this exchange student. So she was going to be coming in with us. But me and my friend, let's just call him Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
You know, he's going to know exactly who he is. Most people, I feel like, they know exactly who he is. You know. Side note, usually when people say, like, I don't even want to do the acronym, the if you know thing. I literally had to type it out because I wanted to say it. I just had to. IYK. If you know. Yeah. IYKYK. Such a stupid. Like, acronyms that we have to come up with in this day and age. Jeez. Just so people can talk via the interwebs. But, dang, bro. For someone who's a computer engineer, I really don't speak too fondly of technology on this podcast, do I? Or maybe it's because I actually know, I understand the dangers of it. Or at least a little bit better than other people. So, it's one of the days after the foreign exchange people come, and me and Kevin are in Spanish, right? And like usual, we're just clowning around, doing what high schoolers do. And because the general topic right before Spanish had started was the foreign exchange people, just because I had a friend in the Spanish class that housed one of the foreign exchange girls, so we actually knew 2 were coming to the class already. Now, since these guys from London, they're coming here to, I guess, see America. Honestly, we're in Virginia. I don't know. I feel like sure, we got the capital near us, but like, ain't really shit in Virginia. Maybe that's just me. Like, even now, years later, I feel like ain't really shit in Virginia. Like, meeting people from other parts of Virginia is just like, you really just don't feel like there's shit in Virginia. Maybe that's how people feel when they're from a place, but I don't know. When do you go somewhere and you're just like imagine being from a foreign country and you're coming to America and you have to fucking be in Virginia of all places, like not LA, or not California, New York, like none of the cool places, Florida, none of the places that I feel like in a way embodiments of how America looks to other places. Just fucking Virginia. Like I feel as though we're better than places like Idaho, maybe, but we'll never really reach the echelons California, Miami, New York. You know, those are the real trendsetters. But pushing forward. So, me being funny, being the jokester, I tell Kevin, dang Kevin, you gonna come out here flexing your Spanish chops for these London ladies, huh? And he's all like, shut up, nah. wait, let me use a voice for this, man. He's all like, shut up, nah. Right? And I'm over here having a good time, enjoying myself, telling these jokes. This is what I'm saying. This nigga's about to be like, ¿Cómo te llama? To these London ladies so he can try and bag a London number. Right? So, right before class starts, they walk in with my friend. And I don't really pay them much mind. Why? Number one, I don't know them. And number two, they're here for a week. I didn't see the point of getting to know them. I wasn't going to talk to anybody in London anytime soon. I don't even know if my texting services cover that. International messaging might be extra, guys. But that happens. They sit down. They actually sit literally right next to me and Kevin because our friend that they came with sat behind us. So they were just sitting near. But we all just get to talking and chatting. Don't remember any of their names. Doesn't matter. Let's just call the one that sat right next to me, basically, Allie. The other one, Nicole. I sat next to Allie and Kevin. I guess was right next to Nicole, and then our other friend was right behind. And I don't know if I just don't remember what she said, but she wasn't that important to the conversation. Basically, the conversation ended up morphing into me, Kevin, Allie, and Nicole, right? So, Nicole's not really having that much fun, I guess. I don't know. She didn't seem that interested in the conversation. Just getting in there here and there. But seemed pretty decent. Alright. So me, I'm mostly just talking to my guy Kevin, right? But Kevin ends up saying, dang nah, you better come out here and try and impress these my fault. Kevin comes on and starts saying, dang nah, you gonna try and get these London ladies with your Spanish speaking skills, huh? You gonna flex on them, show them how good you are at Spanish? Essentially using the joke that I had used against him previously on me. And I wasn't expecting that. Just because this nigga acted like it wasn't that good of a joke. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. How dare you steal my material? But when I fucking said it, it wasn't that big of a chuckle. Disgusting. And you know, in my heart of hearts now, I believe he was just trying to flex for these Spanish chicks, man. He said the first thing that came into his mind that he knew deep down was funny. And that's what I said. Maybe I'm feeling myself a little bit too much, but I didn't think it was an amazing joke. I just didn't like the fact that he said it and used it against me in front of the London ladies, in front of Allie Nicole, making me look bad as shit. But after that, I look at him, I'm like, oh, word. And then she's all like, yeah. And then the funny thing is, Allie plays into it. She's all like, yeah, how good are you in Spanish? And I'm like, yeah, I'm alright, I guess. But let's talk about you. Basically deflecting. Because I ain't had shit to talk about, man. But we end up having a pretty good conversation. We're talking, we're chatting. Honestly, this is the first time in my life that I actually understood why niggas gave a fuck about fucking accents, right? Because up to this point, like even when they first walked in or like even talking to us a little bit, I never understood what the infatuation of accents were. Like why, and it's not just guys, it's not just girls, everybody. Like people who have accents for the most part. Like there are some obviously that are like I guess turnoffs for some people, but niggas with accents, chicks with accents, there's something about them that always freaking does something to people, man. And I know it's not just me that thinks this, bro. I know this for a fact, bro. Like, man, this is a side tangent. But when I was younger, bro, I low-key had an African accent, bro. And now I think some part of me thinks if I kept it, would that just be an extra add-on, bro? Like fucking an extra plus to my stats, bro. It's easy to attract girls when you have an accent. Like you I end up getting one of those, bro. And obviously it's only people who probably haven't heard the accent for a majority of their life or some shit. Cause like obviously, okay, so there are some accents to me that sound dirty, bro. Like for the obvious, I don't have too much an issue with like country accents for the most part, but if they're super strong, I don't know, man. You got a strong country accent, I don't know. Like, that's besides the point, man. I tell you, bro. I actually like started like getting invested in the conversation a little bit because I started getting more interested in the British accent. Like there was just something about it that just had me. And it was even like, and the girl in front of me, she was good looking, man. It was bad, might I say, man. Her friend Nicole, she was alright. Allie was bad. And me and her just chatting, we're just talking, man. And during this entire time, obviously Spanish has started, and they're doing the little presentations. Right? They're doing like some sort of presentations, I guess. And either I didn't have to present, or I had already presented. But I think I either I might have not even presented. Imagine me getting up there trying to speak Spanish after I was just chatting, man. That would have been crazy. Who I would have flopped. I mean, would they have even been able to tell it was bad Spanish? Who knows? I mean, everybody around would have knew. Shit, I would have knew. But, hey man, I passed the class. That's all that matters. Basically, the entire time, and it's literally not even just me, and I'm not even the loudest, right? It's everybody else that's talking, bro. To be completely honest, bro, I'm not talking that much. I'm saying stuff here and there, answering her questions, maybe asking her something every now and then, but I'm not being a disruptor. All right, I'm not that nigga yelling in the middle of it. But there are people who are legit, like actually having full blown conversations that I can hear. Like I could hear their conversations. But my Spanish teacher, man, being the biggest cock block I know, it's all like,
oh, nah, you're not used to be talking. What's going on today? Is everything okay?
Like, what the fuck, man? Why'd you say that? Why would you say that, man? Why would you be like, oh, this is the most you ever heard me talk? Fuck am I supposed to say? I don't know Spanish. You refuse to let me go to the bathroom if I don't even say it, if I don't say it in Spanish. So what is there to even talk about? All right? This girl is from a whole different country than the one I'm living in right now. And she speaks English. So what is my motivation to speak Spanish, man? What is my motivation to speak this? Really? But like, honestly, that shit pissed me off, bro. Cause me sitting there Because even as she said this, bruh, everybody else, there's still plenty of people talking, bruh. And in my head, I'm like, this is the other thing, bruh. And honestly, it's my fault for trying to entertain, bruh. Because look, even though I wasn't technically the host, the teacher was the host, all right? She was the one that hosted these students, all right, these guests. But as a host, you have to make your guests feel comfortable, all right? And these young ladies were not comfortable until I started talking, all right? I made them stay in the class, bruh, because guess what? Immediately after that, I was annoyed, and I was like, you know what? I don't want any trouble, bruh, because I already know this teacher I wasn't really her favorite student, all right? I wasn't the student that really made her happy when I came to class. So, knowing that, I was like, all right, let me just not get into any trouble. And I just shut my mouth and I stopped talking to them. I shit you not even 5 minutes later, both Allie and Nicole leave, and that's the last I see of them. Later, I'm not with Kevin anymore. I'm with my other friend. I talked about him once. T. I'm with my other friend T. All right, and me and him were in math, and we passed by the library, right? And that's where all the British people are meeting. All right now, the library, and we're in math, and he's talking about, yo, I heard there's this one really bad British joint, man. I was like, for real? Me, I only met 2 girls, and I met like 4 guys at this point. And he's like, yeah, they're really bad British joint, man. You should go talk. You talk to any of them? Because he's not in any of the IB classes, so his chance of seeing them was really low. I was like, yeah, I saw some of them. And he's all like, and he shows me one of them. And he shows me the one that's the bad one that he was talking about. He's like, yo, all my guys are talking about how bad she was and everything. And I look. I was like, hey, yo, it was her! She's the one that got me in trouble. Nah. But like, I was like, yo, it was Allie. So, even though you guys might chalk that up to being, oh nah, you took the L, man. You let that teacher stand between you and what could have been. Even though that may be true. I also found, this is what you have to keep in mind. I found out that they only had one more day anyway, so I didn't really, it really wouldn't have been shit. And honestly, I didn't care. Which is why, like, even though T was telling me about it and he was piping him up, I wasn't really that hype, man. It wasn't really taking up that much of my headspace, man. It wasn't in my head rent free, bro. All right. It wasn't paying enough rent to get in my head. So at the end of the day, I might have not finished the job. But dang, man, I met the requirements to get the job. All right, that's more than what other people could say. Now, that's all for the podcast. I can't hear it, but maybe, just maybe, added in some post music. Even if I didn't, I might start doing that. Honestly, just gonna be Nigel's beats for the most part, if not always. So peep Nigel's beats on SoundCloud. He might appear on the next one, or he might not. Who knows with that guy? Alright, I'll see you on the next one.